a lot of these media versus Donald Trump cases end in voluntary settlement, but the politics of voluntary settlement for a license fee funded organization, compulsory for anyone that has a TV, that has a link to government because the BBC appoint the chair, is just agony. And I do wonder if there is a fine, will the BBC be forced to find the money for that from within their budgets, because it will be a huge chunk of their budget, and presumably the government and taxpayer wouldn't step in. I mean, in the context of our budget coming up, that seems unlikely, but nailing that question down will probably be the job of the opposition when it comes to questioning Lisa Nandy later this afternoon when she appears before Parliament. And that's just one part of the politics. You can sort of see how things are shaping up. Tories and Reform say that there's a big cultural issue at the BBC, sort of gearing up for a bigger fight. But on the other side, the Greens and the Lib Dems are looking to block one particular board member, Theresa May's former Director of Communications, Robbie Gibb, from helping with the hunt for the replacement Director General. So that's a sort of assault on the other side. And, you know, the line of Lisa Nandy to date has been to try and sort of tread holding that pole without falling either side off the tightrope. Look, I make no apologies about this. I find this a difficult subject. I think that talking about other media organisations can feel like navel-gazing. But I was sharply corrected by a Labour advisor yesterday who texted me to say, we are heading to a world in which the BBC is the biggest political football of 2026 because of the licence fee debate. And I can kind of see that being true.
I think the conversation, once we turn from the fate of Tim Davie and Deborah Turness, the outgone DG and heads of news, is where does this leave the beginnings of this negotiation on the licence fee and how the BBC is to be funded in future, and how does this settlement, if it is a settlement, then play into that? It's not exactly the best marketing, is it? Can continue to pay your licence fee, we'll raise it in line with inflation, and by the way, we're going to take a huge chunk of it to give to Donald Trump's injured pride.